Welcome to the Well. My name is Gwenera. I am the founder of Enjoying Life Fully, and I have two women with me here tonight, two beautiful women. I have Janelle and Shekinah, and tonight we're going to be discussing the topic Hot Girl Summer. We are approaching summer 2020, and although it may not look like 2019, it's still a discussion to be had. Some background information for you. The Well is an opportunity for women to gather and share their perspectives and thoughts regarding a topic that's relevant to other women. And we enjoy the opportunity to conversate about it. Sometimes there's laughter, sometimes there's some real gems that are dropped, and sometimes the discussion is very poignant. So please feel free to offer some comments after you view. And if you're interested in joining the Well, please reach us at www.enjoyinglifefully.com/connect. Fill out the uh, form that is available to you indicating that you are interested in participating in the Well, and we will welcome having you. All voices and all perspectives are welcome, and so we want to hear from you. We will welcome you joining us. So without further ado, I'm going to ask the two women to introduce themselves this evening. Again, we have Janelle and Shekinah. And as you're introducing yourself, I want you to share with us what Hot Girl Summer has meant to you from your peeping all the memes and all of the posts and all of the conversations. Tell me what it has meant to you based on how you have heard or seen it expressed. Hot Girl Summer. So we'll start with Janelle. You can introduce yourself and add a little bit to the dialogue, and then we'll connect with Shekinah and we'll get jumping right in.
Hi, my name is Janelle Harding. I'm a team member of Enjoying Life Fully. I'm studying to get my master's degree, and I work in finance. I'm just really glad to be on this call. I guess my background and my thoughts on Hot Girl Summer. I'm married, so my single friends version is a little bit different, but Hot Girl Summer to me is kind of living your best life. When it gets warm outside, you get to play with your outfits. You have a little more time for yourself, and make time to do fun things that you probably didn't get to do before. Maybe going out with your girlfriends and having a good time out. And just having a good time, and usually involves taking photos and making sure everybody else sees you're having a good time too. But Hot Girl Summer is just really kind of letting loose and being able to enjoy your summer to the fullest.
All right. Thank you,
Mhm.
Janelle. All right, Shekinah.
Hey, so I'm Shekinah. I am currently studying to be a licensed psychologist, specializing in behavioral management with children. What Hot Girl Summer means to me is just knowing yourself, like knowing who I am as a woman, making sure that everything that I do reflects who I am and no one else. Because I think that if you're confident in who you are as a unique individual, you'll be able to have confidence to, just exuberate what the hot girl summer is to you. So that's my take
Great, great.
Yeah.
So,
Well, she said.
right, ditto. I copy that.
on
So, to kind of shape our conversation, I'm going to read some various references to Hot Girl Summer. So, one reference is it is feeling confident in who you are and having fun and looking good while doing it. It often involves women posting selfies with summery swag and style using the caption Hot Girl Summer. So, when you think of the feeling of confidence, uh, many times social media is a direct conflict with sometimes boosting confidence. Do you feel that posting just what we mentioned, selfies, summary swag, and style, does that boost your confidence? How do you approach conveying confidence through social media?
I'll speak for my journey because during the whole COVID season, my body has transformed for the better. So I do, post my journey, my workout journey. Grenera knows that I like to work out, all yada yada yada. So for me, it's not for like likings, or it's not for like, oh, you like for affirmation. It's for like, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of what I'm
Mm.
doing, my journey. And hopefully it's inspiring, because if I didn't like like, to be honest, if you don't like your photos that you post, you're not going to post them. So for me, posting up photos, if I'm in a cute outfit or if I look nice, it's like I like the feeling of, the clicks, the likes, but I'm not posting it for affirmation. I already know I look good. I already know I got my makeup fly. Like, I already know this. So that's the purpose for me personally. That's what I take.
Okay, Shekinah. I mean, you just spoke confidently. I don't know that I feel the same about all of my posts. So you might have to give me a little psychological session afterwards. Just saying.
Now, when I'm tagged on posts, that's a different story. When people tag me on posts, that I'm like, I don't look good in that post. Like, that's a different story. But when I'm in control,
All
it's a
right.
different story.
So we're
Those
gonna talk
posts need
about.
approval.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Well, we're going to talk
exactly.
about that. Hopefully, I can circle back to that. But yes, that control factor and getting that selfie that's just right. So we're going to talk about that. But before we do, Janelle, give you an opportunity to respond as well.
I'm actually guilty of taking a lot of photos and not posting them. I don't know where I'm big on capturing the moment. So if I feel like I look good, my friends look good, or I'm having a great time, I'm focused on capturing the moment, and then I don't always post. I'm not sure what that's about, but and it's not about this doesn't look good or that doesn't look good. Usually I'm just so caught up in the moment, and by the time I'm ready, I like to organize everything. By the time I do it, it actually doesn't even make it online. So so it's really more internally about the experience and holding that memory within. For me, I don't know what that's about, but it's something I love getting dressed. I love going out and doing those things, but a lot of it doesn't make it on social media.
Okay, excellent.
Mm.
Good stuff. That's a reality. Oftentimes I've kind of concluded at the end of my day, like I'll scroll through and I was like, oh, wait, I meant to post that. And similarly, being in the moment is significant and important because you can miss it. So one thing that I heard Shekinah reference is having that approval, confidence in her photos or pics or memes as they're posted. How much value do you place in getting that ideal, I won't use the word perfect, that ideal caption and photo for posting? How significant is that to you?
Um, I don't want to say that it's like for me, I'm just wow, I was thinking about. For me, it's kind of like it's like I see photos of myself previous, like, because you could see your photos like when you first started on Instagram. So I like seeing the transformation. And personally, since I'm like kind of an introvert slash extrovert, a lot of people that know me or like see me, they see me online, they see me on Instagram. So it's kind of like an outlet of like, hey, this is me now. So that's the only significance that I would put on posting a photo, is just to say, hey, this is me. This is how I look now. I'm not hiding, or I'm not like depressed or anything. Like, I'm here. So but it's not to the point that I have to post it. Like, I have to, post this photo. It's not to that makes
Mhm.
sense. That,
Yeah, because I've seen and witnessed, angles being taken, pausing, shifting, you know,
mm,
10 to 20 minutes into getting that ideal photo. And at that point, is it really Insta? Like, Instagram should be in the moment, instant. Like, after all that work, like, aren't you exhausted? I'm speaking to y'all, but I'm speaking to myself too. But, isn't there some exhaustion or associated with, whew, well, I finally got it. Now on to the next.
mm.
Janelle, what's your perspective?
Yeah, well, there is something about that bam photo, with the right quote and the right angle, someone has their head tilted up to the side. I can picture, people who really have it down to the science. I don't have it there yet. I might have like three in my whole thing. So I don't have it down yet, but I think you always want to present your best self. But I do know some people do take a ton of photos because they want to get the right angle, and then even go to the layers of masking imperfections.
Mm.
But for me, to be honest, if I look crazy, I'm not going to post it.
Right.
But usually I'll take the best one that I've taken and put it up if I post it. But
Well,
there is something about putting your best foot forward, having the right caption. I don't know, for most people it may be likes or something, but it is like a confidence statement once you have that whole package and you put it out there.
so something I heard was we originally started talking about confidence, and some of that stems from identity and how we see ourselves. When you think of not just hot girl summer, but other terms that are associated with women's status or how you see yourselves or how integrated you are into the trends and the movements and uh, the different avenues that contribute to building your confidence. How do you navigate that? What do you use as some of your measures or some of your ways of kind of either combating that or making sure you have harmony, that you don't kind of allow that to be the measure? I think I heard you should kind of mention, and maybe you too, Janelle, that you post them and you have the confidence in them, and it's not about the likes. So how do you measure that? How do you temper that? I asked multiple questions in that because I'm thinking as I'm asking. So let me just kind of give you one question. When you think about the presence of social media and the posting and the trends, and I'm going to say the demands to kind of be in it, how do you maintain a level of harmony in your identity in being represented in your various platforms?
What I learned is because I didn't have Instagram for a while, and I came back in January. But what I've learned, and not to be super spiritual, is to pray on the posts that I post.
Mm.
And if I feel like if I'm about to post something and I'm just not feeling like at peace or something, I'll just hold off, or um I might take a photo and I could have it in there for weeks, and then I'll post it like when I'm like, okay, I'm in a good mood. I could, post it, put my little quotes on it. So I don't post like the pictures that I put up. I don't post it like that day unless it's like a holiday, Mother's Day, Father's Day, something like that. But if it's sometimes I do, but I wait a little bit. And I was talking to one of my friends who just wanted to post like real quick. And I was just like, that's a really good photo. You might want to just sit on it and see whatever comes up to you, like whatever words you want to add to that picture. You just don't want to just put that picture up and just have be beautiful. Like you could really use that picture to inspire other people. So that's what I do to try to balance that harmony of being myself. That's what I do personally.
Awesome, I love that. So what I'm hearing you share is that there is a messaging inspiration that you expect others to derive from your posts. It's not just about what it may represent in its physicality, but it's also what I heard you say is the spiritual piece and the inspirational piece. So great, thank you. We're going to talk about that a little bit too, because I think sometimes how we represent ourselves in these different um, themes, if you will, also speak to who we are. So we'll touch on that next. But certainly, Janelle, your thoughts, your perspective.
Yeah, mine's actually pretty similar. I don't normally post the same day or the same time. Usually I end up posting if something is pressing for me to post it. For example, if I did something, I thought about posting it, but I give it time to see if I still felt that push to post it.
Yes,
And
100%.
generally I end up posting more. I kind of took a glance at my page. Generally I post more when I'm saying thank you to someone, or shouting out something, or an experience that I just wanted to highlight with someone. So, but generally I don't know, it's more intuition for me of, okay, I took this photo. Is it necessary? Do I have the energy to really come up with a comment?
That's
And then,
real. That is
Yes,
so
for
real.
real.
yeah,
That's
Yes.
now
Because
pause,
how,
pause.
'cause how do you present it?
yeah,
What do you want to say about it? Absolutely.
exactly. And then also, you generally, yeah, I think looking back at my posts, a lot of my posts are usually making a statement. Usually I'm saying thank you, or highlighting someone, or something of the sort, and or maybe in between, a few statements in between. But I usually, it has to come back to me 2 or 3 times to do it, and then I do it.
Awesome. Awesome. Good stuff. So I'm hearing some similarity in our approach to posting and participating in social media. And so let's talk a little bit about our values and how that is represented in social media. I heard you say, Janelle, maybe some messages in between. So when you think about uh, the context of how social media is shaped, I often reference it as the new newspaper in many forms, because there is a lot of messaging, there is a lot of intentionality in posting, not just under themes like Hot Girl Summer or other trendy topics, but there's a lot of communication, a lot of information sharing. Um, how do you navigate that based on where you stand in your person, in your values, and in your morals? How do you navigate all of those different aspects?
For me, I usually try to stay authentic. One thing for me, particularly being married, I want to
Mm,
celebrate my husband, and there's moments that I get very excited about, but I also am very cautious at the same time how much I post, because I don't want to give the idea that marriage doesn't require work, and that it's all, hanging out and celebration. Because I'm very cautious on the other end, when, you're always trying to present yourself as perfect, and you're constantly, I don't know if I'm making sense, but a lot of people
yes, you
look at
are.
that
You
and
are.
think,
You
You
are,
are.
that
girl.
their life should look like that, or why don't I have that? And a lot of those posts that I put up, it's required, it took time, it took planning, it took saving, and there's things behind it. So usually when I post, it's usually when I'm really, really feeling it. It's a very celebratory moment. But in the in between times, I usually hold back and pause, even, times that aren't. I feel responsible sometimes, because I have single friends, and not all, but some. Hey, what up, girl? Yes.
Hey, girl.
I have
Hey,
single friends,
girl.
and I feel like it's my responsibility not to sell something that's not, uh, that doesn't, not to sell something,
Mm,
sell a dream that doesn't require work.
Thank you. That's true.
that's so
That's
good.
true.
That's
That
so
is so
good.
good.
That's
That
so
is so
good.
good. That is so good.
That's good.
That's good.
That's
So hanging on that, because I want to spend a moment or two there. Um, Authenticity is significant. Based on your experience, how authentic do you think people represent themselves in social media?
um I think if I can determine if I know you, like let's say I know you and you post something and I'm like, you're not being you. Like I could tell. Um, but with people who I don't know personally, I'm like, okay. Um, but for me, when they post, like let's say someone uh that is famous or something, and they keep on posting like their fabulous life, um, in my head, I'm like, I would really like to see a more like a transparent or a down moment, maybe a picture without your makeup, or I love what uh, Tia Tia Mowry.
Maori.
Yeah, I love following her stories, her Instagram, because she's really authentic. She'll be cooking, no makeup, her hair is like out wild. She has her kid there. She's just real and she's just talking. And I'm just like, wow, I can see the beauty in being and seeing that she's beautiful. I'm just not, but I could really see that to me is authentic. I'm not saying that all her posts or all your posts have to be, without
Right.
makeup, put together. But some posts I would like to see, you just being you. I'm not saying you have to highlight your struggles, but so that I can connect with you on that level. So
Awesome. Good stuff.
yeah.
All right. Janelle?
Yeah, I think it depends because some people, they pour their entire heart out on there. They let you
That's
know
true.
every, pain, stress. And it's powerful for some people. Some people, they're reminded that they're not alone. Some people, they kind of use it, for counseling or to get encouragement. So it all depends. I do feel like some people, I guess that's what social media is for sometimes, to put your best self out there. You get to select what you put out there. So I do feel that there are people that, don't put, they put perfection out there, and you don't see, and you kind of feel it when you're, if you, like Shekinah said, when you're around them, you kind of feel when someone's being authentic with you and when they're not. But then there's some people that's that's their brand, so they can't really fluctuate from that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's everybody's a little bit different, but once you get around them or once you follow them for a while, you get a feel, and you get a feel for it. And when someone's not being authentic to you, you kind of pull away anyways, eventually.
Awesome. Good stuff. So what other reference point about Hot Girl Summer, the phrase is living your most unapologetic life. What is unapologetic life? How do you translate that? How would you define that?
To be honest, that stresses me out. Like to live, like focusing on like if everything is perfect. Because I've been in that state where I'm like, okay, is this right? Is this perfect? Is it XYZ? But knowing that I have the freedom and the grace, I would say grace, to mess up, or the grace to if this is if I'm leery on a decision, I'm like, what, I have the grace to pick it back up. I think that to me is kind of a freer term, but I get that the living your unapologetic life, it means like make sure you live your life without any regrets. And to me, it seems unrealistic, but I get where it's coming from. Make sure, use the time, really make the most out of it. But you're gonna hit some bumps on the road, and you know but you're gonna have grace to pull through it. So yeah.
And particularly in social media. So I'm gonna not go
Yeah.
too deep there and give Janelle an opportunity to reference what living an unapologetic life, how she would define that.
Well, I'm gonna add to Shekinah's. She should be on social media sweating and unapologetically and representing. So I would add that in there too. So I just want to mention, I don't know if social media allows much grace to be unapologetic. I feel like people can be unapologetic, but I don't know if there's much grace that's offered with that. I'll just leave that there. But what was the question? I got stuck on that.
I was good. I was following you, Janelle.
Yeah.
If you have a reference point or definition for living an unapologetic life.
Oh. No, I don't actually. I feel because we're in relationship with, if it's your page, it's your page, but especially in this time when we're so interconnected with people, we have to consider others. It's kind of hard to live unapologetically in my opinion, to be conscious of and be aware of what you're putting out there, especially as a woman when you're portraying being confident and unapologetic. It's being who you are, but not to the extent where you're where it could offend or. But it's your page, so there's a two sides to everything. I guess I'm just still caught up with the grace point. I'm not sure if social media offers a lot of grace because a lot of people have a lot of opinions on
Yes.
social media. So a lot of females, and it's hard on females even more than
Yes.
males when they're
Yes.
living
That's
a hot
true.
girl
That's true.
summer. You're living unapologetically, and you have people in the peanut gallery. They won't say it to your face, but they're scrolling through your stuff and pointing at you and saying whatever they have to say. And I guess if they keep it to themselves, it doesn't affect you. But I don't know if social media allows too much grace.
Yes, and you touched on a
Mhm.
question I wanted to make sure we address a little bit is if Hot Girl Summer represents this confidence and an unapologetic life, Janelle, you owned it. You said it's your page. However, there are those peanut galleries and those critics and, sometimes those frenemies that are just waiting for that slip up, you know, picture maybe not that great or whatever the meme or post represent. How do you navigate that? How do you ensure that your page is your page and that you own it? Are there steps that you've taken to do that? Or yeah, just share how do you have that confidence?
For me, I don't really have. Well, I don't really pay attention to my haters now, but I'm sure they are there. But I don't
Hey,
really
that'll speak. That'll
pay.
speak. I don't pay
If
attention
I
to
could
my
tell you don't like me, I don't know. I'm known for just brushing it off and keeping it moving. But unless I did something to hurt, I always care if I did something to
Mm-hmm.
offend.
Yes.
But if I can't put a finger on it, then that might just be your issue. Um, so I I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. I'm so off today. I'm so
No
sorry. Go
worries,
ahead,
no
Shekinah, and
worries.
I'll
You're
come
good.
back.
You're good.
I
You're
had
good.
some
You're good.
nuggets and then I went on a tangent. Go ahead, Shekinah, I'll come back.
No, you're so good. So good. So good. Um, how I do it is basically what you now said, like telling yourself it's my page.
Mm.
Especially with posting things, I'm like, sometimes I get like anxious. I'm like, okay, what is so and so, da 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 da, and so I'm just like, no, it's my page. This is what I want to say, and I want to post it, regardless of who likes it, who doesn't. As a single woman speaking, if I see, someone that, I like or someone and they like my photo, that's like a confident boost. I'm like, oh my gosh, they saw my picture and they liked it. And if they don't, I'm just like, okay, cool. But I kind of, honestly, and I think I'm not the only one, but I can speak to me personally that I do, go back and look and see who exactly liked it. Okay, who did it please, who did it not please,
Right.
and so going off of that, but at the end of the day it's my page and it's what I post, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking more so of when I was younger, especially in college when I was coming into my own. I come from a very overprotective, overbearing family. So, if I put something out there and I'm confident in it and it's, not putting anybody in harm, nobody's in danger. Um, I have taken people off my page as well. If people feel the need to push their opinions
Mhm.
or continue to harass. I don't know if anybody has that experience,
I have.
but my parents are on my page, and if they don't have a problem with it, my pastor is on my page, and he doesn't have a problem with it, then all right, see you later. So I talked to Jesus. She kind of prays all over her page. I don't think So, if outsiders have a problem with it, they have those options as well.
Awesome. Yeah, that's real.
Mhm.
There are, the people that do, sometimes will slide into your DMs with negative comments, or like you said, Shekinah, we do place a value on the likes and who likes, and who you know frequents our pages. I think it will be inhuman of us to assert that that isn't more common than not. However, again, it is dependent on where you derive your confidence. Is this the only thing that kind of solidifies your worth and your value? If that's the case, it's slightly problematic. And I say that
Yeah,
women without
for
judgment
sure.
to any of our viewers. I don't say that with judgment. I just say it from a mental health and a psychological health background, that there are other places where your value must be defined. And this can't be either the top place, the priority, or it can't be the only place, because this is a world that is driven sometimes even by algorithms. I know there are times where I'll see something that someone that I care about, and I want to be intentional about supporting their life or whatever, and I won't see it for 2 days. Why didn't that pop in my timeline 2 days ago? And so just giving some background of sometimes how, if this is the value, sometimes it's not that people are not intending to be a part of your life and be a part of your story, but it's just, some of it is beyond anyone's control. So this is going to be a very interesting question. And ladies, yes, she kind of smile now. Um, Recognizing again that we've kind of talked about confidence and uh, unapologetically living and all of that. If you could say an ideal hot girl summer, maybe not necessarily in this definition, maybe it's just the dreams and aspirations of what you want to experience in the summer. What would an ideal hot girl summer look like, respective of who you are? One is single, one is married. So it's, in those respective terms, what would a hot girl summer look like for you?
I already pictured mine.
Oh,
I
Yeah,
okay.
think
go
She
think
got
ahead. Go ahead. I'm still trying
good.
to picture it.
Let's
Go ahead. Let's
go.
go. Let's hear what's yours.
I'm an adventure person. So I pictured being on dune buggies. I think that's what they're called in Dubai, riding
Oh,
around and getting it
wow.
with like my best friend and my husband. Or Fiji was always a dream of mine as well. So it definitely involves travel and doing some sort of outdoor activity for sure. And then a photo op at the end,
I
of
was going to
course.
ask, is there a photo in there somewhere?
Oh
There
yeah,
has to be. You in
I
Dubai. You in Dubai.
right.
All right, Shekinah.
Mine is similar to Janelle's, like traveling. If I'm in like a international country or flying somewhere, I would like to, post me, enjoying life, enjoying the summer. Um, yeah. Now with our situation,
Mm,
how that would look like, because I can't really go away or anything. It would look like more of like a self-care, like a spa, take a picture of a spa or something.
talk my
Uh,
language. Yes.
something, um, following the CDC guidelines. um,
That's interesting
um,
you said that because I was
yeah.
thinking of more nature. My hot girl summer this summer is more being in
Mm,
tune with nature because
Mhm.
that's really what is available to us. So I
that
already
too.
told my
That too.
husband what the plan is and he was like, okay.
Mhm. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
acknowledging our current reality of certainly experiencing a lot of limitations on traveling and accessing some of um, the norms of how we may have created our own confidence boosters, our ways of living unapologetically. Do you feel that, or I shouldn't say, do you feel, how are you adapting? Janelle, I heard you share that you already have kind of outlined a plan with your husband. How do you plan to adapt in the upcoming months with summer here is knocking because the weather's beautiful? How are you going to ensure that rejuvenation, that time of respite and self-care, that all of that does still happen within the confines that we are? Because we still can have a hot girl summer. We still can, replenish that confidence, boost the confidence, live unapologetically, captured if we choose to. So let's maybe offer out to our audience, some ways that we can accomplish that. So how do you plan to adapt, again, within the constraints of where we are
I like Janelle.
now?
I was gonna go off with Janelle because the outside in nature, that's exactly like for now, yes.
So
So
is anyone
that's my
hiking?
plan.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I would
Yeah.
hiking, yes.
Biking, hiking, probably rafting, things like that. But another thing that came to mind, even though this will be whatever time people will be watching this, Black girls are back and in. We never left, but we are in a moment where we can represent, and our color is blatant right now. So this Black
The
Girl Summer,
melanin, yes.
melanin
Yes,
popping.
keep on
So
saying
Yes.
this summer, Shekinah already got her tan. We noticed
Exactly.
that.
And we know she got the body.
And I got it outside,
And
Got
we
a new
know,
body too.
and she got the body.
But I will be Black Girl Rock. Check my Black Girl hashtags. That will be my hot girl summer. My husband will be right next to me, and it will still just say Black Girl. Like, isn't there Black Girl right here? Like,
But that's all right. That's
Yes,
Black
that's
girl
good. That's so
living.
good.
That is Black
Yes.
girl living.
Yes.
So yes, husband in tow. Yes.
Yes.
Anything you want to add to that, Shekinah?
I think that's so important because it gives, us as Black women and Black girls confidence. Like, we can enjoy our lives. Like, even though this is happening.
Unapologetically.
Thank you. We can live our life transparent, not perfect, but we're good. Like, we're good. We're Black girls. Like, we could do it. We are doing it.
Yes.
Like,
And I love you mentioning your husband, Janelle, because oftentimes I will offer, maybe my perspective is limited, but the hot girl summer seem to always involve girl trips or, just the girls. But no, your spouse, your significant other can be right there too. It might not be hot man summer, it's the hot girl summer, but I am enjoying myself. I do have my confidence. I am unapologetically me. And part of me being unapologetic is sharing my life with my significant other, with my spouse. So so great conversation, ladies. So gonna kind of wrap it up a little bit. Anything good that you want to offer out to women regarding confidence, regarding living unapologetically? Anything. I can leave it kind of open. I don't want to direct or dictate this. Anything you want to offer in that regard about having fun and looking good while you're having fun and all of that. Anything about the
what comes to mind is your imperfections are what make you you and beautiful. So even when you're having your hot girl time, and part of embracing your confidence and being authentically you, enjoy that moment. And when you're posting, don't get caught up on a blemish on your face or this lump on your hip, or embrace, people, especially the people who care about you, they're going to celebrate you. So even in this time, people probably put on quarantine 15 on top of that. Don't worry about that so much. You'll probably work on it eventually, but don't be down on yourself, whatever, quarantine and all the trying times that have occurred in 2020 that have mentally affected us. I would say try to just stay in that moment and not, nitpick at yourself, because that's the last thing you need at this time. We want to uplift you, and we want to uplift yourself, and we want to uplift each other.
Yes, good words. Very encouraging. Very encouraging, Janelle.
Wow. I would say continue to be real with yourself. Just because you see other girls or other women doing other things, and you might feel like you want to post something like that, or you might be discouraged because you don't look like that. Just be true to you. You have followers, you have people that like you, so they want to see more of you being you. And then I would say don't get, like Gwinnett and Janelle said, don't get lost in your identity on social media. Make sure that you work on securing your confidence and who you are as a person, and loving just who you are, you know.
Awesome. And so this might sound a little corny, but enjoy life fully. Like really take on the onus of contributing to your joy, contributing to your happiness, living unapologetically. It's work, but be true to yourself. Recognize that perfection is unattainable, even in those moments of capturing those perfect photos that we think are perfect. You look at it long enough, you're gonna find something wrong with it.
Something
So,
wrong.
live life fully, live unapologetically, be full of confidence, be true to yourself. Is how we would describe a true hot girl summer. So, thank you for viewing us. We welcome any of your comments and feedback. Again, we are enjoying life fully. You can find us on the web at www.enjoyinglifefully.com, and we're on Instagram and Facebook. Search by our name, and you'll find some inspirational quotes as well as some reference to how women can be empowered, inspired, enriched, and equipped. Thank you all. Be well, and we look forward to connecting with you next time. Thank you, Janelle, and thank you, Shekinah.
Bye.
Bye.